I've solved WWE's problem with Jey Uso. In this video, I'm going to tell you exactly what that problem is and how to fix it. Because in case you've been not paying attention, his daddy, Rikishi, yeah, he hasn't been very happy with WWE. Now, look, I've been following this story very closely. I've done 2 videos on it because Rikishi just continuously gives me content to talk about. And I appreciate that, bro. But look, Rikishi, he had his day in the sun. He does not come across as bitter, someone that is just trying to hold a grudge with WWE. He sincerely feels his opinions about his son, right? And if anyone should express these opinions, have these opinions, it's his father. It's Rikishi. What has Jey Uso been able to do? He's been able to tap into a fan base for a long period of time and hold a connection with them, to the point where he is one of the most over dudes in the company. Arguably, you could say he is the most over guy in WWE right now if you look at his social media engagements, the quarterly ratings on Monday Night Raw, and merch sales. Dude is selling a ton of merch these days. He has been WWE's #1 seller, or at least in the top 3, 5, for, it seems like, all of 2024. It's remarkable that he has had this amount of fan support, yet the company really hasn't pulled the trigger on him just yet. Now, I've talked about this in the past, and I can talk about it again, because Jey Uso is a guy that a lot of people think can be a world champion. The only problem is, it doesn't seem like WWE feels the same way, right? They had him lose to Damian Priest earlier this year for the world title. They had him put over Gunther in the King of the Ring tournament, something in which I thought Jey should have won, but they decided not to. They wanted Gunther to win the tournament, go on to SummerSlam, and challenge for the World Heavyweight title, where he's expected to beat Damian Priest. And on the flip side, you had Jey Uso, so he came up short against Gunther in the King of the Ring tournament, and then he was booked in the Money in the Bank ladder match. He didn't get screwed out of it. He just lost. Now, I understand they had to put the briefcase on Drew because they were working towards a third match, or a third opportunity for him to walk out as world champion, and CM Punk, screw him over and everything like that. But, oh, WWE, you're starting to put him into a program with who was that? Oh, yeah, Rhea Ripley, who he cannot wrestle, so he's doing that. He's in a romance angle. Rikishi has called WWE out for their past mistakes. He just called them out and deleted his freaking podcast episode calling out WWE for this romance. So how can WWE fix their major problem with Jey Uso? I've come up with a solution. Here's the solution. Now hear me out, because your initial reaction may not be optimal. Here's what I'm saying. So Damian Priest is going to lose the world title. He's going to lose it to Gunther. Gunther's walking out as new champion. They've already planted the seed, so I'm kind of leading the dots here. But what if you have Jey Uso work a program with Damian Priest coming out of SummerSlam? Think about it. Gunther, he can go off and do his own thing. You don't have to beat Damian Priest a second time to Gunther, okay? So then you have Priest, who is coming off of a pretty decent title run, and you have Jey Uso, who needs someone to beat. He needs to beat someone with an actual name. So, going into whatever the next PLE is, or save it for a date down the road, I don't care. It's their next program. You book the date whenever you want. You have Jey Uso enter into a feud with Damian Priest, and then you have Jey Uso go over Priest in said feud. You can beat him once, you can beat him twice, whatever you want to do. Take a balloon with you if you want as well while you do it. Here's the point, though. You have him beat a credible guy. It also gives Damian Priest a hot program coming out of it. And then once you're done with the Jey Uso Damian Priest feud, Jey moves on to whoever, and Priest moves on to pick a name on the roster, and Priest goes over that person, and he gets his momentum back, right? We're still in this weird area right now with Damian Priest where we can't tell whether or not he's a tweener or a heel, right? Because when we were going into his match with Jey Uso, he was starting to be a tweener, and there was confliction between him and members of the Judgment Day. And then he started to revert back into being a heel, so it's like, So which are you? And then, of course, we have the Jey Uso thing where it's like, this guy needs a win. I think it's a natural fitting. Yes, he probably should have been, or should be, depending on when you hear this video, if they make an announcement. I highly doubt that Jey Uso is on the SummerSlam card, but if he is, he is. If he's not, he's not. He should be. That's the point. He should be, because he is one of their biggest stars. And at some point, you have to recognize what he brings to the table and the amount of interest and money that he can draw for you and garner for you, because that is a very, very valuable thing when it comes to the pro wrestling business, where WWE is at and everything like that. With Damian Priest, hey man, this guy has overachieved, in my opinion. If you look at where he has come from, all the adversity, all the challenges, all the ups and downs, all the success and failures, to get where he's at right now in life, to say that he was able to have a notable world heavyweight title run, have a top faction that has spanned the course of years now, I would say that's pretty good. I think he would be more than happy to say that he was able to do all that. What Damian Priest has been able to do as the world champion on Monday Night Raw, I commend. I really, really do. I think it's something that anyone should and could be happy with, should be thrilled about. I mean, being able to align yourself with the likes of Finn Balor, Rhea Ripley, and JD Madonna, and oh, by the way, Dominic Mysterio. Being able to win and go on to win the world title at WrestleMania. That is significant. He won Money in the... I mean, look, there's a few check marks that you need, I think, in your career. But think about this. He won Money in the Bank. He held it for a long period of time. He cashed it in at WrestleMania in a hot program, in a hot match. He shocked everyone by doing it. He won the title. He worked with a lot of notable guys. He worked with Seth Rollins, Jey Uso, and then we're obviously going into the Gunther thing. And it's not like, if you think about it, it's not like they had a long program between Jey Uso and Damian Priest. So that really fits quite nicely, quite naturally. And it's something that kind of during this dead period until we get to Survivor Series, that's something that I think fans can sink their teeth into and go, hey, I like this. Hey, I'm going to watch this. I'm going to consume whatever content around this program is. And I think